Fulfilling a promise. Moral story of the day. Ever since the beginning, the girl's family members disagreed with her relationship with the boy. They said that because of the family background, if she insisted on being together with the boy, she would suffer for her whole lifetime. Due to the pressure applied by her family members, she frequently quarreled with him. The girl did love the boy. She used to ask him, "How much do you love me?" Because the boy was not good with words, he often made her angry. With additional comments from her parents, her mood got even worse. The boy became her anger release target, and he silently allowed her to continuously release her anger on him. Later, the boy graduated from the university. He planned to further his studies overseas, but before he left, he proposed to the girl. "I don't know how to say nice words, but I do know that I love you. If you agree, I am willing to take care of you for the whole life. About your family members, I will work hard to convince them to agree with us. Marry me, will you?" The girl agreed. Her parents, after seeing the effort shown by the boy, agreed with them. Finally, before the boy went overseas, they were engaged. The girl stayed back in her hometown, entered the working world, while the boy continued his studies overseas. They maintained their relationship through telephone and letters. Although time was difficult to get through, both of them never gave up. One day, the girl left home for work as usual. On her way to the bus stop, a car lost control and knocked her down. As she woke from unconsciousness, she saw her parents and realized how seriously she was injured and how fortunate she was not to be killed. Looking at her parents with tears streaming down their faces, she tried to comfort them. But then, she found out that she couldn't even spell out a word. She tried her best to make some noise, but all she managed was to breathe without any voice. She was mute. According to the doctor, the injury affected her brain, causing her to be mute for the rest of her life. Listening to her parents' persuasion but unable to reply with a single word, the girl collapsed. Throughout the days, she cried silently. Later, the girl was discharged from the hospital. Returning to her home, everything was still the same, except that the phone ringing had turned into her worst nightmare. Ring after ring continuously stimulated her, intensifying her pain, but she couldn't tell the boy. She didn't want to be a burden to him, so she wrote him a letter telling him that she no longer wanted to wait, and the relationship between them had ended. She even returned the engagement ring. Faced with the letters and telephone calls from the boy, all she could do was allow tears to fall from her eyes. Her father decided to move after seeing the pain she was suffering. Hoping that she could forget everything and be happier in a new environment, the girl started to learn sign language and began again, telling herself to forget the boy. One day, her best friend told her that the boy was back. He had been searching all around for her. She asked her best friend not to tell him about her and to ask him to forget her. After more than a year, there was no news of the boy. One day, her best friend told her that the boy was getting married soon and passed the wedding card to her. She opened the card sadly but found her name on it. The moment she wanted to ask her best friend, the boy appeared in front of her. With an unfamiliar sign language, he told her, "I spent more than a year's time forcing myself to learn sign language to tell you that I haven't forgotten our promise. Give me an opportunity to be your voice. I love you." Looking at the slow sign language by the boy and the engagement ring she had given back to him, she finally smiled. Moral of the story: do not be a coward and run away whenever there is a problem. Remember that every problem has a solution. Never break someone's heart. You may not know when it will happen to you.